Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This episode we sit down with Yaniv, a personal trainer. Now, the episode's a little bit weird because the internet does cut off a little bit, so some of the parts might seem a little choppy, but it doesn't take any value away from the content of the show. So, let's get on with the show. All right, Yaniv, welcome to the show.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. So, tell me more about the nature of your business.
Nature of my business. So I am a personal trainer, independent personal trainer now. Used to
Mhm.
be work. I used to work for Good Life, but as of not really too long ago, I started my own personal training business,
Mhm.
and you know, I while I can work with anyone, but I think my business is more tailored towards older clientele.
Mhm.
Because I like looking at joint health and longevity rather than
Mhm.
just doing things for the ego. And that's how I
Okay.
do my own lifting as well.
Okay, that's a really different from 99% of the personal trainers out there, or at least what I see on Instagram. Anyways, everyone's trying to help people become like a
I
1%
mean,
body
I
fat
know
influencer.
being an influencer is an insult to fitness. Like again, while I do use Instagram to post some fitness content, it's more like I use it like a portfolio.
Mhm.
Like an artist would do that too. So it's, just check out some things I do and I talk about them too, or I write about things as well
Okay.
there. And plus, speaking looking at how you said that, it's different than 99.9% of personal trainers. I mean, I do know a personal trainer in the area who's really successful and he's been training people for like 17 years.
Mhm.
Uh, and he was saying that older people are generally the best clients, just because
Mhm.
the nice thing about older people are they have the money, they have the time, and that's usually when they start to think about their health because
Mhm.
they stop working, they're just
The doctor's been telling them for 3 decades that they should probably start
yeah.
thinking about it.
And plus, listen, all these baby boomers are getting older and older, so uh, I definitely can I can definitely take advantage of that huge population boom.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially with senior care is going to be a near to the long term, but then right now it seems to be health and future proofing is a term that I hear a lot too.
Yeah, make it so that people can enjoy their lives.
Mhm. Yeah. So when did you realize that you wanted to work with an older demographic instead of the younger ones?
That I think was more, when I was thinking about where I want to work, because I don't want to commute far for work. I already like where I live. I'm living in Thornhill.
Mhm.
Thornhill definitely are a lot of older people here.
Yeah.
And everyone's really nice here, and I already know I know the demographic and the community in general. So I figure why not just work with what I have here, and that
Mhm.
just so happens to be a lot of old people.
Yeah.
So, and I usually find from my experiences, old people seem to like me and just want to tell me everything about their lives. So
Okay.
might as well build a business around that.
Okay. Tell me more about that. They want to tell you about their whole lives.
Yeah, I just, I talk with people all the time. Like just today, I was talking to a few people, potential clients,
Mhm.
and they're older, and they have a lot of things that they want to say, but usually they don't have many people to talk to. I mean, they might have kids, but their kids live elsewhere, and a lot of times kids don't talk with their parents anymore. So
Mhm.
it's nice to talk to someone who is showing interest in what they have to say and adding
Mhm.
meaningful things in return.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's part of what I wanted to do as a psychologist as well, because I did study psychology, and
Mhm.
that's also part of my interest.
Okay. And is psychology something that you're looking to do as well, or is that something you're integrating into your personal fitness practice?
Well, at the moment, I do still want to go do psychology in the future.
Mhm.
I just did my undergraduate degree, and I do want to do prep for getting a master's and maybe PhD. We'll see what kind of path I will take,
Mhm.
but I definitely need to do the master's. And so, and I definitely I don't want to stop doing the fitness for sure. I love fitness. I like making life great. Like look at health and wellness from a holistic
Mhm.
point of view rather than just one approach. And I
Mhm.
figure why not look at things from a psychological point of view and physical point of view so that you can get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, or biopsychosocial, as they say in the
Yeah,
psychology world.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like exercise surprisingly does a large amount to mental health and wellness. Like, I have a pretty sedentary lifestyle, so I find that if I'm really tired during the day, I need to do some sort of physical action and get the blood flowing, and that will actually make me less tired and make me awake again. As opposed to if I
Absolutely. I mean,
just yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
compared to if I just like took a nap when I'm really tired, I'd actually be more tired and depressed after I wake up.
Yeah, yeah, I find with naps, there's like what's the term? It's just that there's a period after I wake up that I'm pretty groggy usually from a nap, not
Mhm.
regular sleep, just from a nap, and it takes time for me to be more awake. And generally, definitely movement is medicine.
Mhm.
And it's just I've been thinking about this idea lately. When you look at history, whether you like Earth's history, you look at human history and you look at animals before and now, I guess. They're always looking to they're always moving around. They always they need to think about how to use the calories they have. Well, we have
Mhm.
usually a lot of calories available to us. Not that
Yeah,
I count
I'm collecting compound interest on my calories. It's my retirement fund.
retirement fund. Well, if only you could sell calories or you can make money off calories. Well, you can. You just have to make them tasty.
Yeah.
Um, it's just yeah, definitely. Not only like, but also like looking at like how movement is medicine. Um, like when I think about how I would work in psychology, I would definitely want to look at helping people um, with lifestyle changes.
Mhm.
Because again, as you were saying, you feel better when you're moving around, do some type of
Mhm.
exercise. And of course, sometimes you definitely need to help people with medicine. For instance, I mean,
Mhm.
I did a thesis in schizophrenia. It would be ridiculous
Yeah.
to say someone with schizophrenia not need antipsychotics. No, they definitely do need them, but you can still help them out by using additional approaches like a psychosocial approach,
Mhm.
and also just getting them to live like a healthy person. I mean,
Mhm.
they're still a human. They should still respond well to moving around and going outside, feeling breathing in some fresh air.
Mhm.
And that's what I want to do with everyone, regardless of what their issues are. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So definitely the psychology part will help you get deep into the clinical side. But then, of course, the physical health and wellness, that's just generally good for everyone.
exactly, yes.
Mhm. And when did you realize that becoming a personal fitness trainer, that this was something that you had to start doing?
Um, I had an interest in being a personal trainer, like around a year ago. I started to think about, because why I got interested. In addition to having, just a passion for fitness, I, I wanted to have a business in psychology. And I thought, it's hard to do that right now because you need an advanced degree for that.
Mhm.
But maybe I can have a practice career, a practice business
Mhm.
in personal training, because I can start that now. And I can also use that as a way of income when I be in graduate school. Because, many people are in graduate school, they're either working, they're maybe not doing a job, or they're working some silly job, whatever. And I can be like, I have my own business. Like
Mhm.
I'm doing something really cool for myself.
Yeah.
And so I thought, why not? But over the months that went by, I started to think, yeah, I can definitely do it like that. But maybe I can integrate it into my psychology, or who knows? Like it's as it evolves, I can the opportunities expand. I can think,
Mhm.
what can I do with this in the future?
Mhm. So definitely not getting stuck into one lane, but being able to diversify your different interests and also integrating the different interests together as well.
Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. If you could start your business all over again, what would you do different this time?
If I'd start a business all over again, what would I do? That's it's definitely it's a tough question. I guess I just want to be more aggressive with pursuing more leads.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something I can put into action now. It's not like it's not like I need to say, oh, I needed to go back in time. It's too late. Like, no, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
It could just make things more, more productive quicker,
Mm-hmm.
or take advantage of resources that I have available to me so that I can learn to be a better trainer, better trainer and better business person.
Yeah.
But again, I can do that now as well. It's not like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did anything that, there's no turning back from.
Right. Yeah. So it's not some sort of magical thing in the past that if you did this, it would have been better. It's more of just fundamental principles that you can practice now, that if you had practiced them better at an earlier place, then you would be a little bit further than you are right now.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you don't screw up in life, making crazy mistakes, in general, I think most changes that people can make to their lives, that they would say for this kind of question, they could just apply then as well. It's the best time. It's like the best time for exercise, or the best time to start exercise is right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's like no different. Diet and exercise and discipline to follow through the routine, which everyone knows, but everyone's always looking for a magic pill or some secret technique or some crazy trendy workout program.
I think they're less into the crazy training program and more into the magic pill. I mean, that's why get rich quick schemes are so popular. I mean, they pretty much never work, but they definitely are popular because everyone likes the idea of making money or profiting or whatever without having to put in any work into it. Really, you probably have to put in a lot more work than you expect you have to put in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, but with that being said, typically in any discipline, in any field of life, there are certain things that are more efficient than others. So what are some of the things in personal fitness that is generally ineffective that people do? And what are some of the things that actually have the greatest effect?
Well, I guess ineffective would be many people, when they look at popular fitness, so they go on Instagram. Again, there's good content on Instagram too, but the bad content definitely reigns supreme. So there are two things that can go wrong. Either you do something that's just horrible for you, like it's going to be harmful, that obviously is not going to do well for your fitness. Let's say either it's an exercise or do a certain exercise, or let's say a weird diet or whatever. I don't advocate diets. I advocate just eating well in a way that works for you, something that works for your goals and that you can adhere to. There's that, or there's also getting excited over all these different things and always wanting to change their exercise routine up. Like, you do need to change things up, but you don't change it too often. You need to use periodization for your routines. I mean, that's what I believe anyway. Some people might disagree with that, but okay, I'd love to talk. But I was gonna say, like, it's like many women from who I talk to, anyways, they seem to believe that for them to train, they need to do things, that are specifically advertised for women. And with that, for women,
looks like we're
are silly thing like step on a Bosu ball and hold a weight and kind of balance. Like, that's just harmful. That's just risky and dangerous. Like, if you train like a man, in a sense, you'll get good results. It's not like, it's just, if you want, don't do an exercise just because it's popular. Do an exercise because it's good for you.
Sorry, so just summarize again, because I think it lagged a bit.
Okay.
You mentioned a lot about gender specific, especially targeted towards women type of exercises, that there really isn't such a thing as gender specific exercising, but that if you just exercised like a man or like proper exercise, proper form, then the results will be good.
Yeah, in general, like there are not many differences between men and women when it comes to training. Yeah, women don't. It takes longer for women to build muscle than men, of course. But one benefit that women have over men, for instance, is that they recover much quicker.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. There's some research out. It was like saying that when men and women were doing when they were doing bench press training till failure. I don't remember all the details of the study, but it was saying that the men needed 2 to 3 days to recover, while the women only needed 4 hours to recover.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's that low, but I definitely believe that there is a disparity between how much time men need for recovery and how much time women need for recovery. I mean, I've definitely seen that. I've seen that conclusion in many places from reputable sources.
Okay. Yeah. And you also mentioned that, like, maybe if when we do get into gender specific training practices, that those are mostly for aesthetic, right? Because right now glutes are the big trend for women.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like many women that I've talked to are not that interested in getting big biceps, and big pecs. Again, depends on what your goals are, but I'd say it's sufficient if you have adequate strength to do the things that you want to do in life. But definitely many women look into, making their butts larger and so on. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as, they do it in a safe way. A safe way that allows them to, because they're injured. What's the point?
So as long as you're practicing in a safe way.
Yeah. As long as you're exercising a safe way, or rather, if the exercise is going to cause harm for you, there's no point. So you should always exercise in a safe way that you can continue working out. Because if you get injured, there's no point. Because you might be out for so long, depending on what the injury is. If you get a bad shoulder impingement, you'll be out for a while. Usually, I mean, you can still train your legs in some ways, but definitely a shoulder impingement is horrible if it's a really bad one.
Okay. So we talked a bit about the ways in which things are ineffective when it comes to, I guess, a lot of the fitness knowledge out there. What are some things that are actually very effective that people should take into consideration?
People need to add more consistency. As I said earlier, they should not be switching up all their exercises all the time. Like with periodization, you want to do an exercise program for, like maybe it could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months, and then you want to switch it up a bit. Maybe switch up some of the orders of the exercises, maybe change up the frequency a bit of what your like the volume throughout the week, that sort of thing. Because that will help you progress. Because not just progress, but it helps you prevent plateaus. Because many people are doing the same exercises over and over again, and then they wonder why they're not seeing any improvements. That's definitely one way to always improve, or to see improvements for a long time. Definitely, you also want to progress. You want to use progressive, or rather, you want to progressively overload your muscles. So that just means you want to challenge your muscles each workout, but don't over challenge them. You don't want to lift at maximum intensity, because that can be dangerous. And you don't want to lift necessarily at too low intensity, but definitely you can break down intensity into more than just weight, because weight is more useful in a sense for new people to exercise. Because the thing is, they can keep increasing the weight for a while. But when you're very advanced, right, you might not be able to just continuously increase weight, because you might be at a peak for that. But you can change up other factors such as tempo, volume, and so on in order to continue seeing benefits. And there are other ways to improve, such as just diet. When I say diet, I don't mean going on diet. I just mean proper way of eating and sleep well, and in general, work hard, but rest harder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. There's a huge stereotype in, I see this a lot in the actually probably less so now in the personal fitness Instagram pages that I follow. A lot of it is a big issue in the entrepreneurial world, which is just this idea that you have to keep working until you literally collapse and start, I don't know, like I guess like having like hallucinations and mental breakdowns. This idea that if you're not on the edge of burnout, you're not working hard enough.
You want to adequately recover. If you work too hard and start damaging your joints, start damaging your connective tissue, you're going to lose. It's going to vastly limit your capacity to exercise, and it's also going to impact your daily life as well. It won't be fun to do regular activities, both normal things that you need to do like errands and more fun activities that you do at home. So if you can't do that, it's also good. You won't be working out. You won't be doing fun things home, and that's when your quality of life will start to go down. So work hard, don't work too hard, and rest harder.
I can also imagine it being really discouraging for people who are trying to get disciplined in exercising, because if you hurt yourself early on, then now you're starting to build a negative association with working out because it's painful, it hurts me, as opposed to seeing results, feeling good, and consistently developing those habits to keep going back.
Well, I definitely suggest people to definitely learn about how to do things in proper form. And if they get injured, it's okay, it happens. Take the time that you need to recover, but learn about the injury that happened. Learn about why it happened, how you could help it recover, and how you can prevent it in the future. And you're not preventing injury by not working out at all. There are plenty of injuries that happen without working out.
Yeah.
As you become older, your muscles atrophy. And so, if they start atrophying, you're going to be really weak in regular things like your back muscles, for instance, will be very weak, and you're going to start having very poor posture, which is going to cause pain and so on. And who needs that? Strengthen your back, for instance. Learn about what you should do for yourself. That's why people hire a personal trainer. But technically, people can do my own job for themselves if they're looking to really invest the time into it. But if they're not, that's okay. I will definitely try to teach them how to do good things for themselves, and I will look after them while also giving them challenging work to do. Challenging that, again, not too challenging and not and not too easy.
Okay, so in your pace, the benefit of going with a personal trainer like yourself sounds like basically getting the information that they need in a faster and more efficient way, because you are. Oh, we're lagging a bit there.
Yeah. Can you say that again?
Okay. So it sounds like the benefit of going with a personal trainer like yourself would be getting the right information consistently faster, and also having an expert pace me at a level that is appropriate to where I'm at without injury and me burning myself out.
So I heard, you're asking about the technical know-how. That definitely is a good reason to go to a personal trainer. One problem, though, is some personal trainers don't know what they're talking about, while others do. It's easy to become a personal trainer. It's hard to be a really good personal trainer. You need to invest. So that's what I try to do with myself. And people do tell me that I seem to know a lot, which is always good to hear. But I don't want to ever say I know everything, because I don't. I go to always look to learn more, see how I can do better for myself and how I can do better for current and future clients. Of course, another reason to go to a personal trainer is that you need accountability, because for the most part, who are the people who need a personal trainer? People who lack the motivation or the consistency. It's, of course, like an athlete might need a trainer too, because they might not have the technical know-how, but they have a goal in mind. But for the most part, people need someone to remind them that, hey, you need to go work out. You need to work out. You need to sleep well. You need to eat well. this is your medicine, rather than getting sick and having injuries and then having to take medicine or do therapies to fix your problems. It's better, better to prevent problems than have to fix them.
All right. And if our audience here wanted to get in contact with you to learn more about what you do and how to do it, how could they find out more about you?
Well, they can search up my Instagram at Train with Yaniv. That's just, Train with Yaniv, Yaniv. They can also go on Facebook, search up Train with Yaniv. Business card, that's the front of it.
Oh, it's like an upside down Metallica logo.
Thanks.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah, there's contact info on the back.
Yeah, and all that stuff's going to be cropped on here as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and I guess shout out to Vistaprint, because you know what, they're really awesome with like if you have a business card, not good with that, monitoring them, like it's inexpensive, and they'll do a pretty good job of it. Plus, you can make corrections with it. So don't waste your time doing something you suck at. Play to your strengths, not your weaknesses.
All right. Thanks for coming on the show.
All right. Thank you.
That's all for this interview. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with the different interviews that we have with more business owners.